แบบว่าอย่างเงี้ยมาทันแล้ว
เรา
ก็
จะออกแล้วนะ
ก็มาก็บอกคิว
Whoa, hold on, wait. Why are they fighting? Did I miss something?
So, it has to do with something called the Scramble for Africa. This was when the European countries wanted land and resources which Africa had to offer.
So, how did the Germans came into raiding Namibia?
Oh wow, I guess I really have to start all the way from the beginning.
Wow, this map looks a lot different. So many resources.
Indeed, there are plenty of resources, such as minerals like tin, wood from forests, and big plains of land able to be used as very good farmland.
Whoa, that is a lot of resources. So, did the Germans come to take them?
Well, yes, but we'll get to that later. First, we will talk about how the Germans first came to Namibia. Let's start from the rough beginning, 1883, where Adolf Litteritz, a merchant, arrived in Namibia. Well, you might ask why. It was because he actually established a factory in the Lagos of British West Africa, but he quite simply failed. He did not give up though, and he had an idea. He had an idea to go up to Namibia and try again. So he arrived there. And when he arrived there, he signed an agreement with Chief Joseph Frederick of Bethany, giving him the rights to land around Angara Peninsula, which he renamed to Lutritz. Yay, what a narcissist, right?
So, how did the conflict start? All I see is a businessman buying land to start his factory.
Well, let's use an example. If you were to be living and minding your own business in your own peaceful home, but you were interrupted by being escorted very, very violently out of your house in order to go somewhere else because your house and land no longer belongs to you. How would you feel?
Hmm, I would actually get pretty upset if that were to happen to me too.
Exactly. The locals, also known as the hero, became upset and fought back.
Well, how did it escalate so much though? Where did the army that was fighting the native came from?
Well, in 1884, 1 year later, a group of German soldiers raided the area and made natives leave.
That's horrible.
It is. However, some hero are very stubborn and begin fighting back.
So, is this where the big battles for Namibia begin?
No, not yet. Don't rush it. It's 1904.
So, what happened then?
Well, in 1904, a German general named Lothar von Trotha arrives at Namibia. He's sent here because he wants to suppress the hetero fighting back. And he arrives with 10,000. Yeah, 10,000 soldiers, and he had a full out war planned. Well, that's not a good sign, right? Anyway, on August 11, 1904, he ordered the soldiers to encircle the hero, and he orders them to execute the hero. Especially not good. The precursor to the Nazis, unfortunately. Anyways, the soldiers are instructed to prevent them from returning by sabotaging the resources.
That sounds terrible, but I'm a bit curious. How did they sabotage the resources that will prevent the heroes from returning back?
Well, an example would be sabotaging the water sources, like, I don't know, putting poison in the wells, making it impossible for people to use it. That is immoral and also against the Geneva Convention today. But this was before the Geneva Convention, so. Anyway, returning to what happened. A few thousand of Hero succeeds in actually fleeing into the Kalahari Desert, which is a desert, of course, with no food, no water, and nothing. Just shows you how desperate they are. I feel so sorry for them. And after they flee to the desert anyway, Lothar von Trotha escalated the situation on October the 2nd in 1904. The same year he signed the order to kill all Hero, which is basically committing genocide directly.
That's awful. All of this with the reason of protecting Adolf Laderich's land?
Yeah, that was truly horrible. Even women and children were not spared. Well, kind of. When they were spared, they would be sent to concentration camps, not unlike Auschwitz and all the other German Nazi concentration camps.
Wait, I thought concentration camps only exist from the Nazis when they captured people and experimented on them. That's what I heard.
Talking about this just makes me so mad.
Wait, I thought concentration camps only exist from the Nazis and when they captured people and experimented on them.
It's literally like the first version of Nazism, but in Namibia, and not talked about.
The National Socialist German Workers' Party, or Nazism, is the idea that was influenced from realpolitik, blood and iron. Blood represents nationalism and iron represents militarism. As we may know, after the colonized era, Nazism played a huge role in our history. Nazism is a form of fascism with disdain for liberal democracy and the parliamentary system.
So, what happened to the heroes in the concentration camp?
Well, captured people were used as slaves to build stuff for the Germans. Well, for example, one thing that they built were railways. Well, not unlike the Deaf Railway in Thailand, a lot of people died. That's to say the least. And to make matters even worse, thousands of women that were captured became victims of sexual violence and sexual assault inflicted by some wantonly German soldiers.
Man, this is terrible.
That's not even the worst of it. There's also something called Chart Island, also known as Death Island by like some colloquial folk. Anyway, it was an island with 5 concentration camps set up where many Hetero and Namaquila were captured and killed.
Hold on, who are the Namaqua?
I'll explain later. First, I need to introduce you to someone called Jacob Marenga. He was an important figure before and hell, even after the Germans invaded.
So, what did he do?
Well, he was the chief leader in the insurrection against the German Empire in the year 1904, and he also forged an alliance with the Namaquila tribes to help fight against the German soldiers. He was an awesome person.
Oh, so that is where the Namaqua tribe came from? Tell me more about Jacob Morega.
So he led many rebels and fought against the German soldiers. In total, he fought almost 50 battles and was captured multiple times before escaping each and every time to go back and lead the fight to the Germans. He died 4 years later after his insurrection started during the Battle of 1908.
How did this battle end?
Oh, things started looking up for the people of the tribes because the Germans were forced to actually relinquish control of some of the hetero property due to World War One.
That's great. So, what's next?
It took Namibia some time to fight back and recover all the areas, and, well, when they did, they finally declared themselves independent in March of 1990, with Sam Nujoma as their first president.
Wow, that is a very long time.
Indeed, the people of Namibia to this day are still trying to fight to get back all their natural resources and all of the rights that the Germans took with them when they colonized the country. And to this day, many Namibians still complain, rightfully, about the crimes committed by Germany to their country. Moving on to modern times, in 2004, the German Minister for Development recognizes Germany's historical and moral responsibility for the genocide of the Hero and Namibia after 100 years. Excellent. Anyway, the Germans returned the skulls and bones back from the colonial era killings to their respective owners for the proper ceremonies and burial or burning, depending on the cultures. Anyway, in 2015, negotiations started between the Namibian and German governments over an official apology and aid money.
Finally, we're back. I will never do this again. Okay, remember? Never.